Into Our Hands is basically a philanthropic organisation which is intentionally run, as I see it, for the people, by the people. So it's a redistribution of wealth, and that works really, really well, especially in a regional town like ours.
Bringing people together and encouraging communities to sort of drive their own future. I think it's just so much we don't do. We sort of leave it up to the shires, or we leave it up to agencies, but how about we start leading it?
Our raison d'etre is to support our community and undertake activities that will provide a social, economic or environmental benefit to our members and broader community. The Into Our Hands project obviously was a wonderful opportunity to undertake the task of establishing a farmers market.
We've had a good long relationship with Into Our Hands Foundation. They've helped us with a lot of advice and information other than just for straight grants. So it works really, really well. We have quite a number of projects through the Chamber that we deal with, and they're always so helpful to assist us with those projects wherever possible.
Like if you just imagine if you had $2 million sitting in your bank, well, you could probably say to the council, we want this, we want to do this project, we're going to put this much in, would you come put some in and help us? You know, and this has happened even up to date when we were funding the halls. We gave $10,000 to a project down at Gapstead Hall, and they ended up getting about $200,000 from state government to finish the project. But we helped them with the plan, or I mean, they did the plan, but we helped fund the plan and some of the kitchen, and then they got all this other money because it makes it much more attractive. If the agency sees the community doing it themselves, they know it's going to work.
With all of the projects that we've become involved in, which are largely not just business-based, it's basically about community. You know, we look after the community looks after business, so it works that way. Into Our Hands is one of the first people that we talk to about these things. Sometimes, as in the past, they've been able to provide the grants that have been available, and or to supplement other ones. So there's a number of projects that we do get involved in along those lines.
We became aware of Into Our Hands after the bushfires in 2009. Caused a lot of damage around Beechworth and Stanley and Mudgegonga. Devastated a lot of our members, really. They were impacted greatly by those bushfires that happened so quickly on such a nasty day. I guess Into Our Hands at the time, the community was really aware of who they were and what they were about, and I guess their conscious approach to investing into community activities that would make a difference and have longevity. And so they ticked our boxes when we were searching for some support to establish that market.
Into Our Hands did a representation to us in town, basically to let us know what they were doing. This goes back quite a lot. So it then gave us an insight into how they could help us, either solely or additional to, and they're always so approachable.
I think being a local in Myrtleford community, I knew about it from back when it was first established, and someone mentioned we should apply for a grant, and it was a very easy, supportive process.
We were made aware, or we became aware of the funds that Into Our Hands could make available. So we wrote an application for $5,000 in 2016 as a key component to supporting the market, and it really underpinned getting us off the ground because we had nothing. And so that funding was really critical in getting us going, and I think the proof's in the pudding. The farmers market's still going today. It supports our farmers, our members. It's a bit of a business incubator, if you like. So it really provides them with access to customers in a really friendly environment to try their products.
The first one that we had was for the School of Tarantella Dancing. There was a school project to bring the arts into the Myrtleford community. And that was back in 2017. The next one, that's basically for the church hall, which is next to the piazza. The piazza is the centre of the town. It wasn't quite fit for purpose, so Into Our Hands came on board. This was for the kitchen upgrade, and the entire hall has also been done so that it's basically used for community groups.
So that piazza plays a really important part in bringing people together. Now, infrastructure and the services on that site were perhaps not up to spec, and we've been really fortunate in getting access to the Anglican Hall next door, and that's provided an all-weather venue for us. And we have cooking classes, master classes in there, and fair to say the hall had a lot of love of late, and so there's been additional funds that have leveraged off the funds that were initially accessed into Our Hands, that we've been able to access other funds and leverage those initial funds to have a far broader benefit than would ever have been possible.
The next one that I can recollect, that was when COVID really hit in 2020. Our town was a very cooperative community, and everybody was helping everyone else, and we thought, what could we do? Talking to Into Our Hands Foundation, they helped us and assisted us with providing a grant for home delivery service from all the businesses that supported them. So that was the next major thing. Following on from the arts projects was with the crackpots who had started the mosaic trail around Myrtleford, and they had some other ideas. And that was the Snakes and Ladders project, which is situated right in the middle of Myrtleford.
We had done small things and had started up the Myrtleford Mosaic Trail, which was basically small pieces mosaic bombed in night time.
We found that the kids were so involved with our little hunting of little mosaics that we knew it would be a great hit for having something bigger in the middle of town.
So the grant we received was through the Into Our Hands Foundation, and I think from memory it was about $3,000, our first grant. So the two crackpots had the idea to make a playable Snakes and Ladders out of mosaic. The Snakes and Ladders was our first opportunity to do a larger piece of work for the community.
Into Our Hands Foundation, I guess a corpus of funds there available for community access for activities that will support ongoing community wellbeing. It's really unique. They've set up, I guess, a future fund for our community to support other activities and ideas that people will come up with. And it provides resilience, it provides a buffer to community, having those funds there, because you do have hard times in a community, and there are times when those funds will be needed to restore some normality.
So that's the main thing, plus the fact that they can turn things around very quickly.
The convenience of people you know, and they know what you're doing, and they can, there's trust involved, and definitely locals know what locals want. Yeah.
It's creating an entity that it could do anything, really. There's no restrictions. Like a government body can only spend on certain things. Well, we can, if a community says there's a need, we could look at it.